Alright! Hello, Lucas, Armagus, Flagliped, T, and Owe! Welcome back to Remember 11. Last time, we finished Kokoro's arc. Some crazy shit about first they were in an avalanche, then frickin' they were in the front of a fucking ocean. The next morning, it's like the house had been transplanted to another place entirely, teleported somehow. It was absolutely nuts. Yes, thank you, OA, for the new thumbnail to celebrate Satoru's arc, which is what we're gonna do now. I can't wait to see like why he's at Sphia and what's going on there. Hello, Victor. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, seriously, I can't wait. Hello, Relast. You got here just in time. Chapter Satoru. Let's go. Wait, do you... Uh-oh. You hear a high-pitched noise? That's not good. Wackliped. Does anyone else hear it? Uh-oh. Because it's not coming through on my end for the, I just want to make sure everyone else's, sound is... It's probably just you? Okay, I'll continue. Hello, Guppy Force. Welcome to the stream. I'm a seagull. These are the words uttered by the first woman in space, Valentina Tereshkova. All alone aboard the former Soviet Union spaceship Vostok 6, floating in the void of space, a place of complete silence and emptiness. I think I'll reread. Yeah, because surely it's not going to be the same like Kokoro on the plane and everything, right? Because if it is, then I'll skip it, but I'll still read this part. With a hollow feeling of isolation upon her. Hello, Fawful. Welcome to the stream. Yet still able to draw the parallel between herself and a seagull to express the liberating feeling of breaking free from everything. I'm a seagull. Such beautiful words. If it were me, I'd have never been able to come up with something so clever. I'd probably try being sarcastic and say that I'm a girl in a cage, trapped in a cage. Though, if you think about it, would that really be sarcasm? Oh, it's the... Is it gonna really be like, even with the stuff with Kokoro on the plane? Is that still in there? A lonely girl locked inside a tiny narrow cage. Right now, I'm somewhere as close to heaven as I'll ever be. Nothing changes? Really? Oh, wow. Okay, except for alternate choices. Wait, there are choices made in the prologue? Okay. I forget. Damn. Uni. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna see what happens in other... Damn, this, fast forwarding is no fucking joke. Since this prologue was rather long, I'm gonna skip as much as I can. Who could it be? Who could it be? I wonder who it is. Who do you think it is? No one's traveling with me on this flight. I boarded this plane by myself, so This uni is probably one of the future unis because he already knows Kokoro. But when did Uni first meet Kokoro if that was the case? God, there's so many mysteries. Hey, Uni, I don't know if you're the good or evil one. Kusuda Uni-kun! Alright, let's go.
Uni-kun, さっきカゴメ歌の中で夜明けの晩にって歌っお姉ちゃん
Okay, let's just keep going.
夜明けの晩にって歌ってた
No, come to think of it, I did sing it as Evening Lit by the Dawn.
じゃあどうして月夜の晩だと思ったの
And why do you think it went Evening Lit by the Moonlight?
ちょっとね前に読んだ物語の中にそう書いてあったから
Well, I was written that way in the story I read a while ago. Huh.
でもあそこのところは夜明けの晩で合ってると思うよ
But I think Evening Lit by the Dawn is how it should be. That doesn't make any sense. Uni says so while picking at the chipped nail on one of his fingers.
だってすぐ後の歌詞には鶴と亀後ろの正面っていうのがあるじゃん
Because after that, the next lines go Tsuru no Tokame, Crane and Turtle, Ushiro no Shomen, right behind you, in front of your back, right?
夜明けと晩
Dawn and evening,
鶴と亀
Crane and Turtle,
後ろと正面
back in the front.
どれも2つで一対になるものを表している
I guess when you put it that way. They're all two things that make up a pair by being the opposites of one another. Good and evil unis.
光と影陰と陽オスとメス虚数と実数
Light and shadow, yin and yang, male and female, imaginary and real numbers.
この世界は二律背反する2つの要素がうまく重なり合って共存してるんだ
This whole world is made of elements that contradict each other. I skipped some changes? Really, things changed? Oh no. I didn't know things changed.
だから月夜の晩よりも夜明けとはいえ
Okay, let's keep going and I do want to reread the Satoru parts. Straining my but I'll go through them quickly because I know y'all can look at the previous ones anytime you want, but I'll go through them quickly. Straining my ears, I can still hear the sound of the wind. Outside, the snow is still blowing violently about. My breath as I stand in front of the iron door. Beside the door, a small red light is blinking in the darkness. So it looks like he's kind of sneaking in as like some kind of secret agent. The card reader that controls the lock on the door. The red light indicates that it's locked. I put my hand in my pocket and pulled a single key card. ID card, Satoru Yukido. I traced the engraved letters with my fingertip. Woo! Yukido Satoru. That is my name. I have never really liked my name that much. I twirl the card in my fingers and spin it around. You spin me right round, baby. I insert it into the reader slot and let it slide through. And the card reader turns green. Door of the slightest crack. Put it open, step in the darkness as if drawn by something.
Kokoro は20歳でしょ
Alright. Let's skip a lot of the Kokoro parts because we've seen them before. R section is small. What is R section? Is that in the tips? No. Oh, interesting. There's a tip that we actually skip. Wait, what do you mean, no why? You guys told me to skip the freaking prologue. You said everything's identical, and now you're saying things are different? Wait, what? You know the term is now used to mean night in general. Originally used to describe the period of time between twilight and sunset. In other words, the time when night begins. Interesting. What did I do, Oe? Oh, R is the tip. Okay, let's see. Symbol for radius and ratio. R, remember 11. Let's see. R section small. Sprout. Okay, so this is clearly some kind of big ass facility. Yeah, I don't know what website either. Oh, God. I think I've heard of it tangentially. Oh, God. I've never been there. I'm not going to even say anymore. I was referencing the fucking song. Oh, wait. God. Seriously. R section small spiraling stairs. Taking you higher and higher up. Feels as if I'm walking up the scales of a giant constrictor snake. Constrictor snake which had wrapped itself around a huge column as it desperately tried to strangle it. Let me just check my options and see if, God, there's so many options. Yeah, it just said to skip already read messages, not all. So it doesn't look like I missed anything new. Constrictor snake which had wrapped itself around a huge column as it desperately tried to strangle it. Yeah, I think that they weren't actually on that mountain at all. They were in some kind of crazy ass facility in the Kokoro side. Constrictor snake which had wrapped itself around a huge column as it desperately tried to strangle it. Its iron scales made sharp cold sounds as my feet continue on their journey. And David played with his hand, as at other times. And there was a javelin in Saul's. And Saul cast a javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. My God, this Satoru is nothing like the other Satoru. The Satoru we got to know, he's so serious. Meanwhile, our Satoru is like an adorable dork. Communicating to Kokoro. Yeah, it does sound a bit... I don't know why he's saying this. It's like some kind of Evangelion stuff here. But he's really adorable when he's talking in the recorded messages and the notes for Kokoro. Interesting. I don't think of the words coming out of my mouth as my own. It's as if some spirit is whispering them into my ear. It looks like somebody might be maybe like a blinkwinkling him or something. Yeah, he's gonna kill somebody, clearly. I will smite David, even if he avoids me again. The entrance I'm looking for is near. Thankfully, this constrictor I'm making my way up doesn't have a head. Perhaps before it could finally strangle its prey, its head was cut off. The cogwheels of the clock tower made an eerie noise. Rattle, rattle. It sounds as if a spell is being cast. It's possible, Oe. That's what I was thinking. The David he's referencing could be the guy from Svea that was killed. It sounds as if a spell is being cast. I want to take control over time for all eternity.
れとこれとどういう関係が。
Yeah, nothing new there. The Alpha and the Omega. There's a snowstorm outside. The snowstorm is so strong, I have to lean with my hand against the wall to keep standing upright. I use my other hand to shield my eyes from the wind and the snow. Yeah, the main thing is like, why is Satoru talking like that to himself? And he even said those talks would, oh my god, Relest. That is totally right. Wow, yeah, no, he totally would. Because when Doki Doki is your first visual novel, you're like, it's like what? A visual novel longer than 4 hours? Fuck that. Oh my god, Relest. It's freezing. I almost strained my eyes trying to stare across the distance. I can't see anything. The entire landscape before me has been whited out. A pure white world where all depth is lost. A pure white darkness. Here we go. It snatches away my sense of perspective. I suddenly lose my footing and slip. I cling to the wall with both hands to regain my balance. This clock tower is over 15 meters tall. If I were to fall from here, I'd be very lucky if I were to get away with just a few broken bones. I glanced downward. My field of vision is filled with whirling plumes of snow and the needle-like tracks it leaves as it blows across the roof. Oh my god. What if Kokoro's area is like underground below Sphia? Like in some giant-ass dome or some shit. My field of vision is with whirling plumes of snow and the needle-like tracks it leaves as if it blows across the roof. It looks like he's surprised that it's snowing. If he came from outside. Then he shouldn't be surprised. He probably came from underground. Sphia is probably much bigger than this facility here, this boxy facility. This boxy facility is probably just the tip of the iceberg. Lovely weather we're having. The words of cynicism I spout out are quickly carried away with the wind. There in the freezing cold, I checked the time. I've never liked having anything attached to my arm. Yep, that comes up with the frickin' watch of Kokoro's. So my wristwatch is hidden away in my pocket. My eyes turn toward the panel of the digital watch. It's almost 4 p.m. It's almost time. I wonder if he's talking about the swapping to begin. Or when the experiment begins with Kokoro. I raise my eyes to the dark, restless sky. For an instant, a pale light cuts through the heavens. The sound of the winter thunder shakes my body to its core. I can't stand watches either, honestly. The weather continues to worsen. There are no signs of the snowstorm easing up anytime soon. Now, the story is trying to think that these two events are happening at the same time. But that's completely impossible. Okay, plane crash, his teddy bear. Oh god, I think I'm... Oh no, this is just her recounting the story. Yeah, of Genocide Jack. Okay, yeah.
Inubushi Keiko.
Yes, photon readings negative, Waffle. Now, let's see. Here we go. This is the part I really wanted to read again. This part. When and where is this taking place? This seems to be like the key to everything. I really wanted to see this part again. In the corner of the room, engulfed in darkness, a young girl sits on the floor, hugging her knees. Her tiny back trembles ever so slightly. She sobs quietly. A young boy puts his hand on her shoulder. Oh my god! Oh my god, what if this is Kokoro and Satoru as kids and they like forgot about it? Or rather, Kokoro might have forgotten about it or something. She glances up at the boy with her tear-filled eyes and flings herself into his arms, embracing him tightly as if afraid he'll disappear the moment she lets go. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh no, this looks like Inubushi Keiko. She keeps crying as if she holds on to him with all her strength, but you never know. Like the shadows could be hiding, and she does look very young. It could be either of them, honestly. She keeps crying as she holds on to him with all her strength. The boy gently runs his fingers through her hair. This is probably Satoru, the boy.
It's okay.
He whispers softly into her. Actually, since he's a young boy, I shouldn't use that voice.
There is nothing to be afraid of. Because no matter what happens, I'll be here to protect you.
No. That's not it. I swear, if that's actually Mayuzumi, yeah, oh god. I was having that fear as well, Luca. The words leave her trembling lips as she nervously shakes her head. I'm afraid of this. Myself. The person I'm afraid of is myself. But see, this is probably trying to lead us to believe, like based on what just happened, that this is Inubushi Keiko. Which, you know how I think in stories, when the story is desperately trying to get you to believe something early on, and it's a mystery story, it's probably not true. So, odds are, unless I'm being way too suspicious, this is probably not Keiko. And since Mayuzumi is not, is like not really connected to swapping in any way, but Keiko and Kokoro are, I think there's a greater chance that it's Kokoro than it's, oh god, I just said her name and I forgot. The other girl that was with Genocide Jack. Inubushi Keiko, yeah. The person I'm afraid of is myself. Still. Really? Oh wait, I think that's one of my worst voices. I really want to make that voice better.
Still, I'll prove that I can protect you forever, no matter what!
That's impossible. No, look, this is a promise to protect her. So, like, what if the swapping has to do with protecting Kokoro? There's no way you could. Because slender fingertips dig deep into the boy's back.
殺しちゃうから。
I'll kill you too. Here we go. Now. Okay, so there's still a chance that that's Keiko. And given how attached Keiko is to Satoru, it could very well be her. But Satoru seems a lot older than Keiko. Like, they don't seem the same age like they are there. Hey, Emiya, welcome to the stream. Okay, let's keep going. Time for the plane crash. Fall down. It's written like a freaking science adventure or fate title right there. The bell in the clock tower echoes solemnly. I check my wristwatch. 4 p.m. sharp. The clock tower tells the time with not a second of deviation. But one thing is, how did Utsumi know who Satoru is and expect him to be there unless he was living at Sphia in the first place? For a while, but then again, we don't know exactly when this story is taking place right here. I mean, it could very well be making us think that takes place at the same time. Hello, Saranye, welcome to the stream. Or Serene, I should say. I am so excited for it to get out of the prologue here. A metallic sound like the coarse voice of an aged man alerts me of the hour at hand. The snow dances violently to the sound of the bell as the raging winds stir it. Though what I see are twinkling and sparkling particles of light. An infinite number of angels dancing and rejoicing at the advent of a great gospel. How ominous.
Just wait. Just wait a bit longer. Just wait a bit longer until you...
And there's probably that other guy that is sneaking in the back. A bolt of lightning streaks across the ominous sky. The sound of the holy bell is denied by a roar filled with rage. The thunder continues resounding in succession. 2 times, 3 times. The earth shakes in unison each time, letting out a hateful groan. The flashes illuminate the sky with pale light. Then, a shadow that I can't miss appears in the light. The shadow comes up from behind me and stretches toward my feet.
Who's there?
Okay, plane crash time. Uni. Inibushi Keiko. Right there.
Who's there?
I turn around, shouting as forcefully as I can. There's the faint shadow of a person in the front of the door. However, the fierce wind and the dancing snow prevent me from seeing who it is. Even the silhouette is impossible to make out through the thick white curtain of snow.
Who are you?
I call out once again. The shadow gives no answer. It slowly moves closer. Feelings of fear and distress begin to grow inside of me. I'm backed up into a corner of the roof by the mysterious shadow as it slowly draws nearer and nearer. The shadow doesn't stop. Lightning bolts glitter in the distance like flames. The well-honed blade strikes the earth. A silhouette being made on the backlight. In that instant, I finally figure out who that shadow really is. Okay. For I realize that I'm dancing in the air, released from all restraints. Time stops. The snowstorm stops. And I am swallowed by the pure white world. Particles of light dance around me. Sound of the bell still reverberates in the air, as if it was reciting the beginning of a solemn ritual. Divinely, gently, ever so softly, I start to dissolve within the light. All my senses are disappearing. My vision is gone. As if it is being slowly peeled away, my consciousness departs me. A deep sleep soon arrives. My existence. I am now here. Alright. Doobity-doo-doo-doo. Kokoro. It'll be okay, Kokoro. Crashing in the mountains. There he is, that Hottie McHotterson. How the fuck did he survive that? Probably because he's an anime super character. Ooh, Relest. That's true. Oh my god. What if that Satoru is like a different Satoru? Like, I mean, one from a different time. Again, I think that this whole thing might be a game of chance between future Satoru and future Uni. Interesting. She also said that line about protecting. And yeah, Tori still does not talk. There's evil Uni. Evil Uni. Look at that. I should have remembered that from the fucking opening. Twins born from mysterious destiny. Persona! Let's go. Interesting. I never realized it before, but my Izumi and Kokoro do kind of look alike. Trickster. God, I love that that image has them holding hands like that. That is so adorable. The labyrinth of memories. That is killing me softly. He's old for an anime character. Here we go. Prenatal. Let's finally start the Satoru arc. Even with going forward, that really just, a dense ocean current coils around me, as though licking my entire body. I feel like I'm being embraced by a sea teeming with coacervate. Damn. Even in all my science knowledge, I have not ever come across that word before. The viscous, colloidal ocean water is burning hot. Ocean, eh? Huh. I can't breathe. I writhe in the scorching hot liquid, unable to inhale or exhale. Is he a clone? Is this a dream? That question crosses my mind out of nowhere. If this is reality, then I might have traveled 4 billion years back in time and awoken in the primordial sea. Extending a sensory organ, which is neither an arm nor a feeler, I try to search for my body. The thing I call my body is nowhere to be found. Only a soft, flappy aggregation of amino acids surrounds me. Oh yeah, I think Guppy Force told me the tips are a lot more relevant to the story this time. So, let's go. Deus Ex Machina. Well, I think we know what that is. We're in the midst of a seemingly hopeless situation. A previously unseen character or object will suddenly appear and provide a convenient resolution to the story. Use the device in the story. Maybe to be called by that name. Frequently seen in the Greek tragedy of Euripides, whose conclusions were often marked by a god appearing from above and being lowered onto stage via a mechanism similar to a crane. Aristotle, in his writings of aesthetics, it wasn't you got before, so I'm sorry, argued that all the elements of a story should arise internally, naturally and necessarily, following up the previous actions in the play, and opposed the use of this device, saying that the sudden Deus Ex Machina appearance of a previously unseen character in the middle of the play, contingent on the needs of the plot, was poor storytelling. Aristotle predicted the reaction to the ending of Mass Effect 3 2,000 years before it happened. Coacervate. I've never seen this word before, ever. Jeez. A small spherical droplet of hydrophilic colloids suspended in a liquid. See, I know what hydrophilic colloids are, but I've never heard of coacervate, which forms when solutions of colloids are mixed under suitable conditions to achieve and maintain a stable state. There is a theory that considers them to be the first stage in the origin of life on Earth. Colloid, a chemical mixture in which particles of one substance are dispersed evenly through another substance, such as that they are larger than most molecules. They cannot be seen with ordinary optical microscopes. Yep, examples include glue, starch, agar, egg white, mayonnaise, smoke. Lots of goopy stuff is usually a colloid. I begin to melt in the boiling seawater, as the seawater also melts into me. I can no longer tell where my own existence begins or ends. I feel as this whole vast sea is myself, but also like nothing of my own essence is here. But I am here. Whether or not I have substance, there is no doubt I exist here. I perceive colors with a sense that is not sight. I hear sounds with a sense that is not hearing. I smell odors with a sense that is not smell. You speak so poetically. My surroundings are completely saturated by a dazzling red light, a rhythmic sound, and a sweet scent that feels as if it will melt. I perceive all of that, and I'm thinking. But the origin of my thoughts isn't my brain, it's some other organ. So where are these thoughts coming from? Perhaps the great sea surrounding me is controlling my thought processes. Or could it be that perhaps this very thought is false? If that's the case, then I'm not thinking, not feeling anything. Do I not exist? Damn. Satoru. So philosophical. Upon thinking this, I'm suddenly assailed by an unbearable anxiety. I'm not here. Terror swirls within me, gradually converging on one point before exploding. Relax, remember? Remember, I think, therefore I am. If your thoughts exist, and you know that means you do exist in some form, in some way. If you're aware of the existence of your own thoughts. I remember having that kind of existential crisis when I was a teenager. Terror swirls within me, gradually converging on one point before exploding. I struggle. I continue to struggle as though I'm going mad. Seeking an exit, seeking light, seeking substance. I want to escape from this world as quickly as possible. Help me. Get me out of here. I'm here.
Ah!
And then Yamogi is like,
Whoa, that's a very manly yell coming from you.
どうしたんだおいしっかりしろ
"What
What's wrong? Hey, settle down. Ah!
落ち着け落ち着くんだ
Calm down, just calm down.
タグ一体何があったって言うんだ
Jeez, can you just tell me what the hell is wrong with you? Ah,
そうだもう大丈夫だ何も心配いらないな
That's right, everything's fine now, so no need to worry, okay?
It's okay, dude. Relax.
ここは
Where am I?
どこだ
When I come to, I'm in an unfamiliar place. I'm sitting on a wooden floor with my back pressed against the wall. He is having a harder time than Kokoro. No, it would be more appropriate to say that I'm being pressed. The one holding me in place is a giant of a man, startlingly large and rugged as a rock. They did a fantastic job of differentiating the internal dialogue of Kokoro and Satoru. Seriously, I can tell right away that this is a different person thinking these thoughts. Like, really, really great writing right there.
The one holding me in place is a giant of a man, startlingly large and rugged as a rock.
Oh, I may as well say the thoughts in my own voice. I craned my body upward to look at his face. Despite his firm grip on my shoulders, his face wears a troubled expression. I remember that face. You do? It's faint, but his face is etched like an afterimage into a corner of my memory.
あんた誰だっけ
Who are you?
どこかで見かけたような気がするんだが
I feel like I've seen you somewhere before, but
As I ask that, the man catches his breath and stares at me.
やっぱりどっかで会ったよな
Do they hear how different his voice sounds? Like that's not the voice I'm expecting to come out of this body here.
as I thought, we've met somewhere before, right?
それとも人違いか
Or am I mistaking you for someone else?
なあ聞いてんだろおっさん
He's probably going.
What the fuck? Hey, can you hear me, old man?
The man blinks repeatedly as if finally coming to his senses.
大丈夫
Are you alright? Huh?
おっさんはもう収まったんだよな
Have your spasms settled down.
発作
Spasms?
今までめちゃくちゃに暴れまくってたんじゃないか
You're having a violent fit.
おかしくなっちまったんじゃないかと思って心配したんだぞ
I was pretty worried. I thought you'd lost it.
The man slowly lets go of my shoulders.
まああんなことが起こった後だからね
Well, you have been through quite an ordeal.
きっと怖い夢でも見たんだろうけれど
I'm sure you've been having some pretty scary dreams, but
Dreams. That nightmare as red as fresh blood. Even thinking about it makes me shudder. I see, so I was struggling because of a nightmare. Really, just like a little kid. Sneering in self-derision, I shake my head silently. Ooh, wow, Satoru is like all logic here. Well, I suppose the dream doesn't matter. More importantly, my top priority is to find out where I am and what is happening. Pushing aside the mountain of a man who's blocking me, I have a look around. Take a look around, take a look around. A room enfolded in rough-hewn wood. A small window, a crude stove, a plain table. Where the table is the figure of a woman. The woman who wears her hair in an updo shivers as she sits in a long chair.
Lin!
Oh, he recognizes her right away.
Lin!
The word comes to my lips instantly. I can't help but cry out her name. Because I know her. I never forget her. The memories we made together are burned so clear into my mind that I couldn't forget them even if I tried. Lynn and I had gone out for 2 whole years. Yep. She's your old girlfriend.
Lin! Lin!
Lin! Lin!
どうしたんだよなんでお前がこんなところに
It's interesting that we find that out right in the beginning right now. I forgot why they broke up. I think Mayuzumi must have said that last time.
What happened? Why are you here?
Raising my voice, I rush over to her. Lynn's eyes open wide and her eyebrows arch. Yeah, no, he's totally a masochist, I realized. Absolutely. If his girlfriend is fucking Mayuzumi. in the past, I don't know. I forgot why they broke up. But maybe we'll learn more about it here. Is the sudden tension that makes her face stiffen like that? It's been 1.5 years since we've seen each other. We haven't spoken to one another since we broke up. We haven't got a single glimpse of the other, heard each other's voice, or picked up any rumors about one another. I'd say feeling bewildered by our first reunion in a long time is natural. So I stand stock still in front of her, not knowing what to say. Lynn and I stare at each other silently. The atmosphere between us grows awkward and tense. It's been a while. I think the best thing to do is try to get across that the body swapping is real. So, yeah.
Lin, it's been a while.
あれからどうしてたんだ
What have you been up to since then?
連絡ぐらいくれればよかったの
Could have at least contacted me.
ほら約束しただろ
Look, didn't we promise?
俺たちはその
And
別
even
れ
if
ても
we were apart,
別れても普通の友達でいようって
even if we were apart, that we'd still remain friends.
なのにお前は
And yet you...
ちょっと待って
Stop right there.
あんた喧嘩売ってんの
Are you looking for a fight or something? Abruptly, Lynn begins to speak.
慣れ慣れしくお前なんて呼ばないでくれる
Don't you address me in that buddy tone! She levels a menacing glare at me.
それに名前
And my name.
どうしてあんたが私の名前を知ってるのよ
How in the fuck do you know my name?
まさか盗み聞きしてたの
You weren't eavesdropping or something, were you?
私がこの男に名前を教えた時あんた本当は意識があったんでしょ
Were you actually awake when I told this guy my name just now?
今までは気を失ったふりをしてただけで
Just pretending to be unconscious until now.
ねえどうなの答えなさいよ
Well, are you going to explain it? Answer me! Even though she orders me to answer, I can't. The words she says may as well be in some unknown language for all I understand them.
おいどうしちまったんだよレイ
Hey, what's wrong, Lin?
まさか俺のことを忘れたわけじゃ
Couldn't have forgotten about me.
忘れる忘れようにも忘れようがないわ
Forget? I couldn't even if I wanted to!
だって私初めっからあんたのことなんて知らないもの
Because I don't even know you to begin with.
知らない
Don't know?
知らないってどういうことだ
What do you mean you don't know me?
どういうことも何もないわよ
I mean exactly what I said.
あんたみたいなやつに会った覚えは一度もないって言ってんの
I'm saying that I've never so much as laid eyes on you before.
そんな
That's...
Hearing those utterly unexpected words leaves me completely astounded. I didn't think Lynn could forget me. Flashback? I'm getting a flashback?
ねえもしも
Oh
私
yeah,
が
here's this that we already heard from the other side.
この世界から消えてしまったらどうする
Hey, What would you do if I suddenly disappeared from this world?
リンのいる世界を見つけるよ。
I would search the world for where you were.
じゃあその世界が見つからなかったとしたら
So what if you couldn't find that world?
そうだな。
Well,
多分見つかるまで探し続けると思う。
I'd probably keep on searching until I found it.
嘘ばっか
You liar.
人の心は移ろいやすいものなのよ。
Isn't a person's heart something that easily changes?
永遠に燃え続ける炎なんてないの。
No flame keeps burning forever.
それじゃあリンだったら
And what about you?
もしも突然この世界から俺の存在が消え失せてしまったとしたらどうする？
If I suddenly disappeared from this world, what would you do?
そうね。
Oh, let's see.
熱いシャワーを浴びて強いお酒を飲んで月のアグマみたいに何ヶ月も眠るわ。
I would have a hot shower, drink some strong sake, and then go to sleep for months and months like a black bear.
きっと半年も経てばあなたのことなんて忘れてしまうもの。
I am sure once 6 months had passed, I'd forget all about you.
なるほど。
I see.
何かご不満でも
Are you unhappy with that?
いや別に。
No, not at all.
そう。
Really?
でも今私が言ったことは本心よ。
Well, what I said just now were my true feelings.
だから会いたいと思うの。
That's why I want to stay with you.
毎日でも四六時中でもできることなら一秒も眠らずにずっ
Every
とあなたのことを見つめていた
every day, 24/7, without sleeping for even a second if I could. I want to look at you forever.
少しでも目をそらしたらすぐにあなたのことを忘れてしまうような気がするから。
Damn.
You're sending me mixed signals here.
Because I get the feeling that if I looked away from you for even a moment, I would end up forgetting about you right away.
口づけをするのも体を重ねるのもそう。
Things like kissing you, sleeping with you. Yeah,
私はあなたを失い
I
たく
don't
ない
want to lose you.
体のどこかにあなたがいたことの証を
You.
刻みつけておきたいのよ。
I want to engrave the proof that you exist into every part of my body.
ねえ、もう
Hey,
一度だけ
just once more.
あなたを刻んで。
Can I engrave you into me? You. And yet she's like freaking like whoring herself out to Yomogi like like later on. My god. Her personality is like I guess she must have taken that breakup hard. Like
Lynn.
I stand still and silent in front of her. Gently smoothing Black's straight hair, she walks away from me without another word. Once 6 months had passed, I'd forget all about you. Several years ago, she said those words to me. And now they've become a reality. A gaping hole opens within my heart. Feeling of loss steals the energy from my body.
どういうことだ？
What's this?
君たちは知り合いなのか？
Do you two know each other?
Folding his arms, the man looks from me to Lynn and back again.
知り合いなわけないでしょ。
No, we don't!
さっきからそう言ってるじゃない。
I just said that, didn't I?
まあまあ、そうムキになるなって。
No, no, don't get so angry.
単なる誤解だろう。よくあることじゃないか。
Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. It's not uncommon.
Lynn turns away and sits down on the bottom bunk of the bed. Then,
誤解誤解なんかじゃないよ。
hello, Satan.
Misunderstanding? There's no misunderstanding.
I suddenly hear a voice.
ただこの人は
It's just that this person
忘れちゃってるだけなんだから。
forgot about it.
You bastard. I turn in the direction of the voice. On the top bunk, he looks like an adventuring character. Right there. He looks like he's from a fantasy world there. Is a boy perched with both hands on the edge of the bed looking down at us. A face he knows him too! A face I've seen well, how does Satoru know everybody? A face I've seen somewhere before. No more than just a face I've seen. It's a face that seems more familiar to me. Wait, is it his own face as a boy? However, I can't remember anything beyond that. Where we met, when I saw him, whether or not he knows me too. I don't remember a thing. Nonetheless, the feeling that I know this boy is spreading somewhere deep within my chest.
ちょっと聞き捨てならないわね。
Hold on just a minute! I can't ignore that!
あんた今忘れちゃってるだけってそう言ったでしょ。
Did you just say I forgot? Lynn gets up and suddenly and walks over to stand right below the boy.
私は何度も言うようだけど忘れてるわけじゃなくて。
As I've already said over and over again, I haven't forgotten a thing!
違うってば。
You're wrong.
違う？
Huh? Wrong? They forgot, like, all the time they've spent in, like, freaking stasis pods or whatever, like, until they got awakened for this fucking experiment.
違うって何が違うのよ。
What am I wrong about?
僕はリンのことを言ったんじゃないんだ。
I wasn't talking about you, Lynn.
私のことじゃないなら誰のこと？
Then if it wasn't me, who? The boy grits his teeth and frowns, wrinkling his forehead. Still looking down, he slowly raises his left hand.
この人だよ。
It's you.
With hostility in those words, he pointed his slender finger at me. Me? What does that mean? I hadn't forgotten anything. Lynn's the one who lost her memory.
Oh, for God's sake, I give up.
君たちは一体どういう関係なんだ。
How the hell are all of you related?
僕には君たちの言ってることがさっぱり
What the fuck are you talking about?
理解できないよ。
I don't have the slightest clue.
Neither do I. Something's wrong here. I have the feeling that I've been swallowed up into a ridiculously intricate plot. Yep. I have no basis for this. And yet a vague premonition, a growing sense of unease swirls inside my chest.
なあ、誰かちゃんと説明できるやつはいないのか。
Look, is there anyone here who can explain what's going on?
この険悪なムードを引きずったまま一晩を共に過ごすのは嫌だろう。
Leaving everyone in a bad mood won't make the night any easier to get through, huh?
No one responds. Lynn ostentatiously averts her eyes before heaving a great sigh. The boy. Without saying anything, he jumps down and walks past me, heading for the doorway.
おい、どこに行くんだ、ユニ。
Hey, where you going, Uni?
話はまだ終わったわけじゃん。
We aren't done talking yet.
Out of my way.
Oh, sorry. Uni. A name I've heard before! The name and face of the boy are etched deep into my subconsciousness. Seems I really do know him. Interesting, Satoru kind of lost some of his memory too, but not all of it. And I'm still not sure how I know him.
どこにも行かないよ。
I'm not going anywhere.
行きたくったって行けるわけないじゃないか。
I couldn't even if I wanted to.
Uni stops in a corner of the room, speaking with his back to us. There's a rectangular hole at his feet. Affixed to the side of the hole is a wooden ladder leading downward.
薪を取りに行くだけだよ。
I'm just going down to get some firewood.
夜中になったら今よりももっと寒くなるから。
It'll get a lot colder when night falls.
待ちなさいよ。
Wait a second. Lynn stops Uni as he places a hand on the ladder.
そのコート、いい加減脱いだら？
Will you take that coat off already?
私のなのよ。返してよ。
It's mine, you know. Give it back.
やだ。
No.
拾ったんだから僕のものだ。
I found it, so it's mine.
何よ、そのデタラメな論理は。
What kind of bullshit reason is that?
遺失物法第1条。知らないの？
Do you know how Section 1 of the Lost and Found Act goes?
他人の遺失したる物件を習得したる者は速やかに
Upon finding a lost article belonging to another person, the finder should, with all due haste, return the article to the person who lost it.
遺失者または所有者その物件回復の請求権を有する者にその物件を返還しまたは警察署長にこれを差し出すべし
Or turn it over to either its lawful owner or some other possessor with the legal right to claim the article. It should otherwise be turned into the nearest police station.
ただし法令の規定により私に所有所持することを禁止たる物件は返還するの限りにあらず
However, there's nothing in that law that demands that prohibited materials be returned to their owner.
何言っちゃってるわけ
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
そのコートは所有所持することを禁止たる物件でも何でもないでしょ
How is that called prohibited materials?
何よ
What?
お取り込み中のところすまないが一つ気になったことがあるので聞いてもいいかな
Sorry to interrupt you in the middle of this. Can I ask you something about something that's bothering me?
Huh?
ユニはそのコートをどこで拾ったんだ
Uni, where the fuck did you find that coat?
それは
That's. Well, you see, I've been working on the railroad.
機体の残骸の中から
In the wreckage of the plane that totally just crashed. And isn't it all fake?
そいつはおかしいだろ
That's strange, isn't it?
君は墜落の衝撃で機外へと放り出され気がついた時には雪原の中に
You were thrown out of the plane from the impact of the crash and woke up in the snow.
もううるさいな
She's just shut up already!
分かったよ脱げばいいんでしょ脱げば
Get it, I'll take it off, I'll take it off.
After interrupting the man mid-argument, Uni resignedly removed the coat that's hanging off him.
ほら返すよ
Look, I'm giving it back.
Rolling up the coat, he tosses it toward Lynn.
もう乱暴に扱わないでくれる
Yeah, I think Maizumi might be like a lawyer or something. Can't you handle it a bit more gently?
高かったんだからねこのカシミヤのコート
Cashmere coats don't come cheap. As Lynn mutters a complaint, she gently pats her reclaimed coat. I just keep silent as I watch their exchange from the sidelines. I expect there's no room for me to cut in anyway. Plane? Wreckage? Impact? What are they talking about? My confusion only deepens. Uni swiftly climbs down the ladder and disappears. Oh, she would totally bring a whip to court. That's what I've been playing her as anyway. I look down through the rectangular hole in the floor. There appears to be some kind of storeroom down there.
なあ君
Hey, you.
Having been addressed from behind, I turn around.
名前教えてもらえないかな
Would you tell me your name?
何かと不便だろ名前を知らないと
It's kind of inconvenient not knowing each other's names, isn't it?
The man sits down on one of the wooden chairs, smoking a cigarette.
僕はよもぎだ
My name's Yomogi.
よもぎ誠治
Yomogi Seiji.
よもぎ誠治
Yomogi Seiji?
Again. Yet again, a strange feeling overcomes me. Just like with Uni, I know this man's name. Yamogi Seiji. Age 35, mountaineer by trade. Oh, he probably remembers the frickin' newspaper article. He might have even brought it with him. If I'm not mistaken, he should have a wife and kid. Why? Why are my memories related to him coming to mind so readily? I've never seen this man before. And yet why?
どうしたんだい何か気になることでも
What's the matter? Is something bothering you?
Yamogi inclines his head, a puzzled look on his face. Perhaps he's reading my expression. I reply.
あんたやっぱり俺に会ったことあるだろ
You've definitely met me before, right?
Saying that, I bring my face close to him. Yamogi thinks it over for a short while.
No.
He shakes his head, looking dubious.
そうか
I see.
だが君の言ってるのがここに来る前という意味だとしたら答えは
Oh!
But if you mean before coming to the shelter cabin, then the answer would be yes.
もっとも会ったというよりも見かけたという程度のものだけれど
Although rather than met, it's more happened to see.
いつどこで見かけたんだ
What? Where was it?
あの小型旅客機の中でだよ
Oh.
On that small passenger plane.
小型旅客機
Small passenger plane?
Come to think of it, he was saying something about a crash in a plane a moment ago. I'm not that slow at catching on, if I say so myself. If this many keywords are present, I can guess what's happened to a certain degree. It's simple. Excluding me, the three of them happened to be on a small passenger plane. That plane crashed. Wow, he is a lot faster on the uptake than Kokoro, for sure. I don't know how many other passengers survived, but at the very least, these three managed to get to this cabin by themselves. However, I have no memory of getting on an airplane, but
なああんた今機内で俺の姿を見かけたってそう言ったよな
Hey, you said you saw me on the plane, right?
あ
Yeah.
本当か
Really?
嘘なんてついてどうする
Why would I lie about that?
本当さ
It's the truth.
トイレに行こうと思って席を立った時僕は君たちの姿を見かけたんだ
When I got up to go to the bathroom, I noticed you two.
君たち
You two?
俺の他にも誰かそこにいたっていうのか
You're saying there was someone there besides me.
bewilderment colors Yomogi's face as he takes a long drag on his cigarette.
覚えてないのか
You don't remember?
何を
Remember what?
何をって全部だよ
What? All of it?
だから全部ってなんだよ
All of what?
あの飛行機が離陸してからこの雪山に墜落するまで
What happened between the time the airplane took off and when it crashed on the mountain?
その間の記憶のことを言ってるんだ
That's what I'm talking about.
Chaos, chaos, chaos! Damn, okay, Jevel. A large quantity of information is pouring into my head like raging waves. It feels like it's gonna burst.
ユニが君の隣に座ってただろ
Uni was sitting next to you, right?
機体の右舷確か後ろの方だったな
On the starboard side of the plane, towards the back, if memory serves.
君は通路側の座席にユニは窓側の座席にそれぞれ腰を下ろしていた
You were sitting in the aisle seat and Uni at the window.
楽しそうに話してたじゃないか。
Look like you're having fun talking.
忘れたのかい？
Did you forget?
I really can't remember. Did I get on a small passenger plane? Did I have fun talking to Uni beside me? Is that why I know Uni's name and face? Come to think of it, Uni said something along the same lines. This person just forgot. In short, memory loss. Is that how it is?
まあ、そう思い詰めるな。
Well, don't think about it too hard.
軽い脳震盪だろ。
You might have a slight concussion.
記憶はすぐに元に戻るさ。
Your memory will come back before long.
それよりも、そろそろ教えてもらえないかな。
Yep, he certainly hasn't noticed that he's got boobs, and he's shorter than he was before.
That aside, won't you tell me now?
名前。
Your fucking name?
まさか自分の名前さえも忘れてしまったわけじゃ。
Don't tell me you even forgot your own name.
いや覚えてる
No, I remember.
覚えてるよ
I remember it.
My mind is bouncing on the verge of confusion. Trying desperately to keep hold of my senses, I answer.
俺の名前は
My name is
結城堂悟だ
Yukido Satoru.
有機道悟
Yukido Satoru.
Yukido Satoru! Yomogi and Lin raise their voices so near perfectly in unison that it seems as though they planned it beforehand. Yomogi looks me over critically, as though observing some strange life form. And Lin marches straight up to me with her mouth set in a hard line. Maybe, just maybe, Lin has remembered me at last.
レイ
Lin.
Softly calling her name, I approach her as well. We stand in front of the stove, facing each other. A strange sense of unease surrounds me. I quickly realize that its source is due to my line of sight. I'm looking up at Lin. Lin is looking down at me. Maybe it isn't actually enough of a difference to describe it as looking up or down. The fact that there's barely any difference between the heights of her eyes to begin with, to me, is a shocking situation. I try to analyze this inexplicable phenomenon. I look down. Uh-oh. I try to check where I'm standing.
I got boobs.
But then at that moment, at first I can't quite understand just what it is that's happened to me. My field of vision lurches. Check to my legs leaves me and I fall to my knees. What hits me right after that is a fierce pain. Sharp pain burns from my face to back of my neck, currently completely covering my head. Was I hit just now? So I don't even know where or how I was hit. Why there would be any reason for someone to hit me. I'm only sure of one thing. Right in front of me is the person who hit me, Mayuzumi Lin. My blurry vision eventually comes back into focus. From where I kneel on the floor, I look up at Lin's face as she towers over me. She glares imposingly down at me, her face flushed.
ふざけないでよ
Don't you dare play games with me! Quit playing games with my heart! Is her voice quavering out of anger? There almost seems to be a strange aura emanating from her, causing the air behind her to distort hazily.
どういうつもりなの
What exactly are you plotting?
なんで有機道悟なんて
Why Yukido Satoru! I get to my feet, wiping a hand across my mouth. Something red is smeared across the base of my thumb.
変わってないな
Oh my god! Oh my Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, yep, that settles it. Yep. Satoru. Definitely, if not a masochist, at least a bottom bitch.
You haven't changed one bit.
Huh?
カッとなるとすぐに手を挙げる癖だよ
You still have that bad habit of getting physical whenever you lose your temper.
それから わけのわからないことで突然怒り出すところも相変わらずだ。
And a tendency to fly into a rage when there's something you don't understand.
あんた殺されたいの？
You want to die?
それってサトルのふりをしてるつもりなのよね。
That's supposed to be you pretending to be Satoru, isn't it?
振り
Pretending?
ふりじゃなくてなんだっていうのよ。
If you're not pretending, then what the hell is this?
その品のない言葉遣いも、私の名前を呼び捨てにしたことも、
Talking to me so casually, calling me by my first name.
全部今までのすべてが私を陥れるための演技だったんでしょ。
Isn't all of this just an act you're putting on to trick me?
まあもっとも演技と呼べるほどのものでもないけどね。
Well, even with that said, this is hardly worthy of being called acting.
猿芝居、幼稚なお遊戯、具にもつかない滑稽な茶番としか言いようがないわ。
It can only be described as an obvious trick, childish game, or a ridiculous nonsensical farce.
リン、どうしちまったんだよ本当に。
Lin, what the hell's going on? Seriously.
俺はサトルだよ。
I'm Satoru.
振りも演技もしてない。
I'm not pretending or putting on an act.
俺こそが正真正銘の勇気道サトルなんだ。
I am the real genuine Yukito Satoru.
はあ？この後に及んでまだ続けるつもりなわけ？
Even after all that, you're still planning to keep it up?
呆れたわ。
Unbelievable.
なんなのよそれ。
Just what is all this?
あんたは何をどうしたいっていうの？
What do you want from me?
私をからかってるだけ？
Are you just making fun of me?
それとも悪徳商法かなんかの勧誘でもするつもりなの？
Or is this meant to be some kind of con?
どっちにしろ私を騙そうとしても無駄よ。
Whichever it is, it's no use trying to trick me.
私とサトルの過去についてある程度調べてきたみたいだけど、そんなものは何の役にも立たないわ。
It looks like you really have done a bit of investigating into my past with Satoru. But it's not going to do you any good.
残念だったわね。
Too bad for you.
今度誰かを騙すときは相手を慎重に選んだ方がいいわよ。
Next time you try and trick someone, pick your target a little better, okay? Having all that said to me, I'm beyond confused or bewildered and can only fall silent. There's a fatal discrepancy somewhere in my exchange with Lynn just now. Like a pair of gears that don't line up properly, clattering along for no productive end. I am me, Yukito Satoru. There can be no mistake about it. Yes, Fawful. Say it in red! You can't do it, can you? There's no way you could be Satoru. And yet Lynn isn't recognizing me as who I am, as Yukito Satoru. I have a terrible feeling that my entire existence is being denied.
それにしても寒いわね。
And more importantly, it's freezing in here.
このポンコツストーブ、火力弱いんじゃないの？
Can't this piece of crap stove heat this place any better?
ねえ、ヨモギ、なんとかしてくれない？
Hey, Yomogi! Can't you do something about this? Lynn sits down in front of the stove, hugging herself from the cold. Yomogi stands frozen, his cigarette in his mouth. The flame's already reached the filter and burns itself out.
ちょっと、聞こえないの？
Hey, can't you hear me?
なんとかしてって言ってるでしょ？
I told you to do something! Chop chop! You are all my servants! Lynn shouts at him over her shoulder. The spent cigarette drops from Yomogi's lips and onto the floor.
ああ、わかったよ。
Yeah, I got it.
He gathers up several blankets from the beds and drapes them over Lynn's shoulders one by one. Lynn pulls them tight around her.
コーヒー。
Coffee! I demand it!
え？
Huh?
コーヒー入れてくれって言ってんの。
I am telling you to make me some coffee!
さっさと動きなさいよ。
Move it already, slave!
たトロイな。
Honestly, you're so dull.
やれやれ。
Yori, fucking Yori. Good grief.
世話の焼けるお姫様だ。
Her Highness is quite the pain in the ass.
As he grumbles in complaint, Yomogi skillfully brews a cup of coffee and carries it over to Lin. Lin accepts it without a word of thanks, and then after blowing on it a few times, sets her lips to the edge of the cup.
ちょっと何見てんのよ。
Hey, what do you think you're looking at?
目障りだからどっか行ってくれない？
You're an eyesore, so why don't you just go somewhere else? Those cold words are flung at me. My chest aches, as if someone is squeezing it hard. Take a look at your own goddamn appearance. I noticed it for the first time since coming here. The fact that Lin doesn't recognize me as Yukito Satoru. Because my current appearance lacks the element which proves that Yukito Satoru is Yukito Satoru. Something a dog could talk? Even if it said I'm a cat, no one would believe it. Because a dog's appearance is clearly different from that of a cat. Dog lacks the element which proves that a cat is a cat. So what is the element that proves the cat is a cat? It's definitely not something you can express in one word. The shape of the mouth, whiskers, ears, teeth, tongue, shape of the pupils, the claws, the texture of the fur, shape of the body, its skeletal structure, its way of walking, its cry. There's no way to describe it as but cat-like quality that includes all of those. Perhaps then the situation I found myself in is the same as this pitiful dog-like cat. The current me perhaps is an imperial Yukito Satoru-like. Therefore, Lin doesn't recognize me as such. Having deduced this within me in an instant, I timidly look myself over. A ribbon at my chest, a light pink skirt, high lace-up boots. The back of my hand is a pale white, and my two long slender legs bear a youthful sheen.
This can't be.
I can't help but say that. At least I expected my appearance to be different from usual, but to be wearing a skirt. I'm wearing a skirt, so this means panicking. I feel about my chest with both hands. There's oh my god! Poor Kokoro. They're small. There are definitely still two bulges there. A woman. Oh, poor Kokoro.
女だ。
I'm a woman.
Why hadn't I considered this possibility until now? Undoubtedly, as a matter of course, I felt that I was myself. God, Satoru's way of thinking and talking is just so fucking adorable. That's why, even if a certain part of my body entered my field of vision, I didn't recognize that anything other than a symbol of sorts, nothing but mere information as meaning, was input in my brain, just a finger as finger, arm as arm, and a leg as a leg. It's said that people don't see what's before their eyes, the thing in itself. When we see the passing landscape around us, and the countless objects contained within it, isn't it the case that we're perceiving each of them exactly? It isn't the case that we're perceiving each of them exactly. It seems we're extracting only concepts connoted by each of those objects and processing them with our brains throughout patterns and nothing more than that. Until now, I just naturally thought of myself as myself. In the human psyche, there exists a tendency to seek self-identity. We're programmed to naturally think that the me of 10 years ago and the me of the present time are the same. Yet in practice, both physically and mentally, two are almost completely different. I bet that's a big clue to the story. In much the same way, I was convinced that the me of before and the me of the present were identical. Therefore, even I caught a glimpse of my limbs or my clothes, I didn't realize them as anything other than one of the elements that make up myself. In short, I was not necessarily seeing my appearance as anything special. I ended up doing nothing more than extracting the general concept of it and then putting that information into my brain. Oh my god. Satoru, the way you talk is so adorable. But now I closely observe my own appearance once more. I'm a self who's different from usual, out of the ordinary and special. For the first time, I realized that something strange has happened to my body. My realizing it means the signal that this is abnormal has risen to the surface level of my consciousness.
なんだか難しそうな顔をしてるね。
You've got kind of a serious look, you know.
思いを巡らせているといった感じの顔だ。
You look like you're thinking something over.
一人で抱え込んでないで打ち明けてみたらどうだい。
Oh. You don't have to.
You don't have to keep it to yourself. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I run up to Yomogi and seize him by the shoulders.
鏡はどこだ
A mirror. I need a mirror.
鏡
Mirror.
あいにく僕は持ち合わせていないが
Sorry, but I haven't got one on me.
I let go of Yomogi's shoulders and scan the room. Something, anything that I could use as a mirror.
Haha.
A small square window leaps into view. The other side of the window is covered in darkness. The weak light of the lantern is reflected on the surface of the glass. I urgently rush to the window. A face I have no memory of. The image reflected there is that of a young girl.
Oh, fuck.
誰なんだ
Who is this?
I'm aghast. Slowly, oh so slowly, I extend a hand towards the face that floats in the glass, carefully paying the utmost attention to everything from my fingertips to the base of my arm. So as not to break it, I held my breath, opened my eyes wide and softly. I touched the surface of the window pane. Who is this woman? Is this woman me? If that's so, then where's the me I recognize gone? Who am I? Which is the real me? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Something's wrong. The world isn't the world I know. Loneliness and alienation overwhelm me, and my own existence suddenly seems thin and fragile. The anxiety becomes more and more unbearable. Reason deserts me in the face of a fear so powerful it makes me want to scream.
助けてくれ
Help me.
誰か俺を助けて
Someone help me.
My consciousness abruptly ends there. And the first swap of the Satoru side. Trickster. Back to the evil one. The good one, I should say. I wake up shrouded in darkness. A heavy sound like the moans of the dead comes from the other side of the window. My intuition tells me it's just the sound of the blizzard outside. The strong wind rattles the window pane. Getting up from the bed, I take a quick glance around the room. A private room in Sphia. Okay, so we know Sphia. This too is intuitive. Intuition is information understood directly, without the assistance of the process called inference. God, like, just like his whole thought process is just is so fucking cute. Like the instinctive recognition of an apple when one is placed before you, I immediately grasp the situation. I'm currently in Sphia, specified psychiatric hospital for isolation and ages. Being in this facility is natural, and being in the room is natural. Interesting, okay. Because this room is assigned to me. When was it assigned to him? Leaving the bed, I switch on the lights. The everyday items lying around the room are all mine. Nothing has been added and nothing has been removed. No particular abnormality is evident. I observe my body. A man. 2 bulges of my chest have thankfully disappeared.
いや不幸にも
No, perhaps I mean regrettably.
Truth be told, it is a bit of a shame. It's the real world, the world where I exist as myself. I breathe a sigh of my relief. But if this is the real world, it means what I saw wasn't real. In other words, I've still been dreaming about that mountain cabin place. I don't even have to think about it.
Look, I've transformed him into a strange woman.
There's just no realistic, scientific, or any reasonable ways that you should think could happen. It can only occur within one's imagination. Fantasies, illusions, delusions, or dreams. I stay free from the constraints that call the laws that rule all things, namely the world of dreams. Well, simply said, this sort of stupid event is only possible in a dream. That's all there is to it. Leaving my room, I'm making my way to the dining area. There is a large refrigerator in a corner of the kitchen. I open it and take out a plastic bottle full of mineral water. In the cupboard beside it, I find my usual glass. Okay, so he is familiar with Sophia. But who's to say that this is the same Satoru that was doing that crazy shit before? That might very well be a future Satoru. Picking it up, I fill it to the brim. Exhaling, I wipe my mouth. The icy water flows into my stomach and rehydrates my entire body.
Now then.
I take my wristwatch out from my pocket. 9:12 p.m. Later than I thought. After putting the plastic bottle back in the fridge, I head over to the living area. I stand in the middle of the room. With my arms folded, I look around.
誰もいないみたいだな。
Looks like no one's here.
The only audible sound is the sorrowful roar of the blizzard. Loitering in the center of the room, I can't help but feel a little frozen.
妙だ。
Odd.
何かが違う。
Something's wrong.
What feels wrong isn't the fact that I can't find so much as a shadow of another person. I feel different from my usual self. Even if this form is my own, something has started to go wrong on the inside. That differs from the strange discomfort I felt in that dream. It's a cold, empty feeling. What is going on? Identify the cause right away.
何をしようとしてるんだ。
What am I doing?
I've lost sight of my purpose. I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So we did have a goal. Okay. He did. I don't remember being told what to do by anyone. I can't find anything like a goal set by my own will. My will is nothing but a null vector. A person exists for a purpose as they live their daily life. Studying, working, building a family, loving, hating, enjoying the present moment, doing nothing. Anything is fine. In any case, one is consistently driven by a necessity from within, from an outside command to do something. However, I have none of that. Absolutely none of it. If anything, I'm just breathing, drinking water, and taking actions essential to sustain my life. Then, thinking like I am now. This too, I suppose, is an act performed to make my body function correctly. With the exception of these primitive and instinctual acts, I'm doing nothing. I feel as if something is missing, as if my core has been completely disconnected and stolen away.
そもそも俺はどうしてここにいるんだ。
To begin with, why am I here?
Thank God he said it. I know all about this place, Svea, so he did lose some memory. Small rooms arranged in every direction, the living area in the center, the kitchen, the surroundings enclosed by a high wall, the clock tower above the facility. Clock tower? Something strikes me. I climb the spiral staircase and stood on the top of the clock tower, then... I don't know. I can't remember what happened afterward. My mind is fumbling in the dark. I instantly became lost in the chaotic blizzard of my thoughts.
ダメだ。
No good.
これ以上考えても無駄だろう。
It's useless to even think about this.
Giving up, I switch gears. But even if I do switch gears, I won't necessarily find what I ought to do. For now, discovering my purpose, that itself becomes my current purpose. So he lost some memories. Well then, what to do now? I decide to visit the room on the right first, facing the kitchen. There's a boy in that room. Interesting. He doesn't recognize Uni. From sitting up in a chair, he leaps up in a fluster and starts talking.
なんだよいきなり
What do you want now?
ノックぐらいしてよね
You could at least knock.
Two things surprise me. First is that the fact is someone is inhabiting this room. Oh. So Uni also just got here. If memory serves me well, then this room is supposed to be vacant. Secondly, the fact that the someone is Uni, the boy who appeared inside my dream. Hairstyle, looks, even the round glasses. He's a spitting image of the one in my dream. Did he really say Zen Zen Damida? How did I fucking miss that? God damn it, hopefully he says it again. Why is the character my dream? Here in reality.
ごめん誰もいないものだと思ってたから
Sorry, I thought there was no one here.
Again, I really did believe that this room was vacant. What made me think that, I have no idea. The countless synapses in my brain are scattering a flurry of sparks. Oh my god, I just had a thought. Mayuzumi kind of physically looks similar to Kokoro, right? What if he started dating Mayuzumi the 2 years prior because she reminded him of Kokoro? I wonder. And like, you know, he had that promise to protect her when they were kids. I wonder. That's possible. I'm not going to say that's definitely what happened, but it's possible. Jeez. The countless synapses in my brain are scattering a flurry of sparks.
なあ突然こんなことを聞くのもなんだが
Hey, Satoru, you know what? If you really like it that way, I think that you're a good couple with Mayuzumi, actually. If you really are into that kind of thing. Because I gotta tell you, I'm not into that kind of thing. So we'll see where your heart leads you, okay? That doesn't mean I love you any less!
Hey, I know I'm asking this suddenly, but
お前の名前はユニだよな
your name is Uni, right?
楠田ユニ
Kasude Uni?
そうだけど
Yeah, and?
He frowns prospectively as he replies.
ねえもう起きても大丈夫なの
I can see you've just woken up. Are you alright?
もう少し寝てた方がいいんじゃない
Would it be better to sleep a little longer?
どうして
Why?
まだ回復してないような気がするから
You sound like you haven't recovered yet.
回復
Recovered?
覚えてないの
You don't remember?
この部屋で突然暴れ出したこと
You went nuts out of the blue right here.
暴れた俺が
Nuts. Me?
そうだよ
Yeah, you said you were this girl named Kokoro.
鏡貸してって言うから渡したらさ急に大声を上げて泣き出して暴れて
After I handed you a mirror like you asked, you started yelling, bursting out crying, and went wild.
それでカーリーっていう人がやってきてお兄ちゃんに鎮静剤を打ったんだ
Then someone named Callie turned up and injected Oni-chan with some sedatives.
So he doesn't. Oh, yeah, that's right. He shouldn't know anything that's going on because he's the Uni from the plane. Yeah. I really don't remember any of that. What the heck did I do? At my wit's end, I began to pace around the room. Still lots of things I don't understand. I've obtained some information from Uni. Uni just said someone named Callie. Someone named. This expression shows that the speaker has only recently met the person. Okay, OA. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see ya. We're skeptical about the identity of that person as a result of unverified information from hearsay. God, the way he has a way with words that is just like he talks like almost like a machine, but in such an adorable way. In this case, since Uni appears to have directly witnessed the event he spoke of, the latter possibility can be rejected. Therefore, the relation between Uni and Utsumi Kali is clearly not that deep. Incidentally, for me to arrive at this sort of conclusion, I must already know this woman named Utsumi Kali. Utsumi Kali, a woman. Look, just like that. The fact that I identified her surname and gender without much thought shows I have memories concerning her. And I do know her. I can even vividly recall her appearance. Silver hair, brown skin, gentle eyes, voluptuous chest. It wouldn't be a new Chikoshi game. As usual, I don't know why I know that. Nor when, where, and how I met her. I gave a heavy sigh. I feel somewhat like I'm being manipulated by some unidentified person. Someone rules my memories and perhaps even controls my body. The fact that I'm walking around the room now, is it really due to my own will? I don't even have the confidence to declare that. The thought of being controlled by someone is by no means pleasant. I'm beginning to feel irritated.
ごめんなさい。混乱させちゃったかな。
I'm sorry. Did I confuse you?
Uni asks, watching me uneasily.
本当はこういうこと言っちゃいけないんだよね。
Saying all that wasn't a good idea, was it?
お兄ちゃん、病気だから。
Since Oni-chan is sick.
突然何を言い出すかと思ったら
Right when I was wondering what you were gonna say all of a sudden.
俺が病気だってどこか悪いように見えるか
I'm sick. Do I look sick?
思いっきり。
Yeah, you really do.
思いっきりって
I really do, huh?
After inspecting my whole body to confirm my condition.
まあ確かに首とか腰とか背中とか鈍い痛みのようなものがないわけでもないが
Well, there does seem to be a dull pain in my neck, waist, and back.
違うよ。体のことを言ってるんじゃないんだ。
Wrong. I'm not talking about your body.
心の中。
You're sick there in your heart. In your Kokoro.
While drawing the palms of his hands to his chest, Uni continues.
お兄ちゃんは心の中が病気なんだって。カーリーが言ってたんだ。
Callie says that Oni-chan is sick in his heart.
突然暴れ出したりしたのもそのせいだし。
That's why you suddenly went crazy and everything.
僕のことを知っているかのようなふりをして見せたのもだからだって。
And it's also why you acted like you knew me, she said.
I'm mentally ill? I really want to laugh it off, but I can't. Part of me can't deny the possibility. This mysterious sensation of being controlled by someone. The loss of my purpose. My memory loss, the errors in my recollections. Not knowing what I should know, knowing what I shouldn't know. A strange dream I saw earlier. Considering all that, saying that I'm sick in the head doesn't feel all that far-fetched. Analyzing myself in a calm and objective manner, it's clear that the contents of my head are extremely incoherent. Maybe I do have some kind of mental disorder.
でも僕が言うのもなんだけど、そんなに思い詰めない方がいいと思うよ。
It might mean nothing coming from me. Maybe you shouldn't think about it so hard.
サトルはサトルなんだからさ。
Since Satoru is still Satoru.
If you only knew. Crazy dream I had.
Yuni says Satoru. I ask it once.
ちょっと待ってくれ。
Wait a minute. How do you know my name?
お前俺のこと知ってるのか？
You know me?
Yuni raises his eyebrows in bewilderment. Turning around, he walks to the front of the desk. Picks something up, a disc-shaped object in a case. Yuni speaks while waving it around like a fan.
これだよ。これ。
It's this. This.
テラバイトディスク。
A terabyte disk.
Whoa! Damn! What? What? What kind of crazy material is that made out of? A terabyte disk? Not a terabyte drive, but a terabyte disk. Kokoro never even saw this thing. Yeah, I think the Satoru sick thing is a cover too, Luca, but what the fuck? I think it was in Ever 17 too, but like a terabyte on a fucking disc? That's like literally fucking 4 times 10, like that's literally 40 Blu-rays in one disc. How in the absolute, 10 Blu-rays I should say. No, wait, no, I'm an idiot. 4 times what is 10,000? Is 1,000, 25 Blu-rays. I think it's a Blu-ray 40 or 25 gigabytes. It's either 40 or 25 Blu-rays, depending on which one it is. Or is it 50 gigabytes? If it's 50, then it's fucking 20 Blu-rays. My God. Seriously, though. Uchikoshi has a thing for discs. It's like, I guess he wasn't able to foresee that we would gradually be moving away from optical disc-based media.
テラバイトディスク？
Terabyte disk.
それって最近製品化された大容量記憶媒体のことだよな。
That's the high capacity storage medium that was introduced recently, right?
Hello, Mirage. Welcome to the stream. Yes, the far-off year of 2011. Yep. Harvey Birdman. God, that was such a classic show. Jeez. Yep, I remember exactly what you're talking about, Hollow Mirage.
Well, I guess technically, yeah.
でもそれとこれとどんな関係が？
What's that have to do with this?
A complex smile floats to his face as Uni stuffs the disc into his pocket. Folding his arms, he walks around the room for a while. Keeping my mouth shut, I intently follow his footsteps with my eyes.
とにかく
Anyway,
Stopping suddenly, Uni begins to speak.
僕はここに書かれてることを全部信じることにしたんだ。
I decided to believe everything written in there.
What? Uni, you never told me about this shit! What was written in there? I don't get it. I was hoping for an answer to my question. But that was really far off the mark.
だからごめんなさい。
So I'm sorry.
さっきのことは許してください。
I'm sorry about what happened earlier.
This time it's apology out of nowhere. Uni bows to me and scratches his head in embarrassment.
どうして謝ったりするんだよ。
Why are you apologizing?
だってさっきサトルが来た時僕冷たくあしらっちゃった
Oh
でし
yeah,
ょ。
with Kokoro, yeah.
Because when you came before, I treated you pretty coldly, right? I mean, it's not like you're a crazy murderer.
だから
So,
It's incomprehensible. My thinking process is at a deadlock. All that moves are my eyelids as I think rapidly and uncontrollably.
そっか。
that's right.
サトルには心になってる時の記憶はないんだったよね。
Satoru doesn't have memories of the time he becomes Kokoro, right?
有機道サトルと冬川心は別の人格で、
Yukito Satoru and Fuyukawa Kokoro are different personalities.
冬川心
Fuyukawa Kokoro.
How many times has this happened now? Again, that name sounds familiar to me. Oh my god! It does! Really? Oh my god! Fuyukawa Kokoro, female, 20 years old. Oh, it's probably from the newspaper. Third year students of the Kimekon Women's University, majoring in criminal psychology. This time the question, why do I know the woman named Fuyukawa Kokoro doesn't come to mind? I'm already close to accepting this baffling memory malfunction as something normal. However, the other questions are endless. Endless questions. What's the meaning behind Yukito Satoru and Fuyukawa Kokoro are different personalities? Doesn't having memories of the times he becomes... Oh, no, never mind, my bad. Doesn't have memories of the times he becomes Kokoro? What is Uni trying to say? Not a typo. My bad, reading it wrong. Why did he suddenly apologize? How does he know me? These mysteries and that terabyte disk. What on earth do they have to do with each other?
頼むよ
Uni, I beg you.
I let out frail words. I humbly ask him as I hang my head dejectedly.
そんな断片的な情報じゃ何が何だかさっぱりわからないよ
I have no clue of what's what with so much fragmented information.
It is the same university that you went to, or I guess will go to, because Ever 17 takes place after this.
もっと詳しく事情を
Please explain the situation to me in detail.
At the moment I'm about to continue, time for another... Oh, no. Okay, oh, something else is going on. A voice suddenly echoes across the building. Is that, the girl? God damn it, Hotori. A sharp, chilly shriek interrupts my words. Uni and I look at each other. Then what I hear next. Sound of something being thrown. Oh, SpaghettiOs.
鳥だ。
It's Hotori!
How do you know who Hotori is, Uni?
Huh?
鳥に何かあったんだよ。
Something happened to Hotori!
This is the first time. Is it going to be Genocide Jack? It's the first time I've heard an unfamiliar name. Huh. Interesting. He doesn't know her. Hotori. There shouldn't be anyone with a name like that in Sphia, but...
何ボケっとつったってんだよ。
Oh, no. It's because the different personalities. That's why. He probably knows her as the other girl. Honestly, Serene, I tried to play Never 7 ages ago, before I even had this channel, but I just really couldn't get into it. If people really want me to play it, then it would be exactly as Relast just said. I would play it solely for the connections between it and the rest of the series. Because I played for several hours into Never 7, and it felt like nothing was happening. And there were so many choices. It was like choice overload. And I was just completely overwhelmed by the amount of choices it was giving me. Like, that was definitely streamlined in Ever 17 a bit more, and now even further in this, where the choices only actually matter for something. It's getting more to the modern visual novel format, where the choices only actually mean something. You don't have meaningless little choices that add up and fuck you up later on. Like, in, again, old school dating sim style that Ever 17 was based on. Oh god, Tsar Vegas, the fucking tennis match. I remember that. Oh, hello, Blarglesnarf. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, let's go see what's happening with the others.
What are you standing around like that for? Hurry up!
Uni yells while flying out of the room. Oh, that's right. Uni kind of likes Satoru, huh? Although I still have many questions to answer, I've run after him for the time being. Shadow. Oh my god, she's actually talking. Stop! Get away! Don't come near me! A voice comes from the room to the right of the window at the back of the living area. The door bursts open. And the runner rushes out is... The Tsukihime remake is something I absolutely want to play. Honestly. I've been really psyched about that because just of how legendary of a game that is. If the remake comes out in English, I will absolutely definitely want to play a Tsukihime remake, even to see what they do with it. And the one who rushes out is... He knows her as Inubushi Keiko as well. But why is she angry?
Inubushi Keiko?
White blouse, indigo skirt, legs clad in black stockings. Straight black hair that falls to her chest. White skin so pale it's almost transparent. I wonder if he knows her from, you know, like her Genocide Jack case. There's no mistake. She's Inubushi Keiko. I would absolutely nowhere near mind a recommended route order. I would follow a guide from the beginning if I would ever do number 7. There's no mistake. She's Inubushi Keiko. And 12 Ribbon, yeah, I'm definitely interested in that as well. I have heard that 12 Ribbon is being translated. In my memory, the name Inubushi Keiko is linked to the figure of this girl. However... Hotori, what's wrong? What happened? Like, the amount of choices in Never 7, in the short bit I played of it, which is not too short, it was like 3 or 4 hours, I played of it, is absolutely ridiculous. I would follow a guide from day 1. And IO and Root Double are definitely on the docket, Relest. I had my eye on Root Double from the very beginning when I started this channel as one game I definitely want to play on it, so it probably won't be this year, but that's definitely in the cards for next year. Root Double, definitely.
Hotori, what's wrong? What happened?
Uni runs over to her, calling her name. Not Keiko, but Hotori. Why?
Hotori, wait, Hotori!
But Uni's voice doesn't seem to reach her ears. She runs from one end of the living area to the other, her long black hair shaking wildly. I just stand there completely dumbfounded. And just then... Yukido-kun, catch her! Emiya, I've read Higginbana. I don't think hardcore is anything I can, like, I don't think anything can throw me. Utsumi suddenly appears. She emerges from the same room where the girl appeared. The two of them might have been in a scuffle, seeing as Utsumi's hair is rather disheveled. Utsumi Kali, the person Uni mentioned earlier. I know her and she seems to know me too. Hey, are you listening? Quick, go after her! Yukido-kun! Oh, the complexity of the plot. Ooh, Guppy Force, you know I love complex plots. I love a plot that I can really sit down and think about and theorize, and I hope it doesn't annoy you guys too much when I stop reading for a bit to kind of think out loud and analyze the stories. So yeah, I absolutely love complicated plots. I've heard of Sekimiya. I have no idea what it is. I've just heard the name. Yukido-kun! Come on! Yukido-kun! Jeez Louise. Get her ass in gear. That blood-curdling shriek blocks all my thoughts. No matter how much I try to think, I make no progress at all. The more I worry, the deeper I lose myself in this labyrinth of memories. So at this moment, I give up on thinking completely. Like that meme. Eventually, Satoru stopped thinking. Ooh, Emiya. Those are all things that I enjoy. So yeah, you just got me really excited about that. Which I should be doing right now is following Utsumi's instructions. My actions after reaching this decision are quick. Leaving into the dining area, I start looking for the girl. Not here. Where'd she go? As I look around, I hear someone running down the stairs behind me.
The storeroom.
I nimbly kick off on the floor and make for the basement storeroom. There's no light in the space enclosed by concrete. A heavy rumbling sound comes from beyond the darkness. It's a low mechanical sound that jolts my body to the very core. I don't know what it really is. But now isn't the time to worry about it.
Where? Where is she?
Fumbling along the wall in darkness, I finally hit the light switch. White light pours down from the ceiling as I look around searching for her. Satoru, this way, this way! A small whisper from behind me reaches my ears. I turn around. Yuri beckons to me, leading halfway out from behind a shelf. I rush over to him. Look, over there. Yuri points behind a pile of cardboard boxes. Two legs ending in a pair of black loafers are partially visible. I wonder what was happening with her. Yuri is nervous, not knowing what to do. Clasping his hands in front of his chest, he awaits further instruction. I place a hand on his shoulder and give him a silent signal to wait here. Yuri nods. I leave him there and get closer to the cardboard boxes. Moving with great discretion and caution, slowly. And the next instant... No! What is she doing? Together with her scream, the pile of cardboard boxes in front of me comes tumbling down. Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. I quickly dodge them and roll across the floor. I stand up immediately, my eyes fixed on the back of the fleeing girl.
Wait, please wait!
I give chase as I raise my voice. Weaving her way left and right through the row of shelves, she continues her escape. Stop it! Stop it! Go away! Her shoulder bumps into a stack of shelves. The sundries placed upon them tumble down and scattered on the ground. Jumping over those obstacles, I pursue her in earnest. Finally, Why is she so scared? At last, I corner her. She slowly backs away toward the corner of the storeroom. No, no, no! She shakes her head furiously to show her refusal. She is clearly frightened. Like she's lost all reason from some overwhelming terror. I speak to her while maintaining an appropriate distance, refraining from inciting her recklessly.
大丈夫だ。とにかく落ち着いてくれ。
It's alright. So come on, please come calm down.
俺は何もしない。危害を加えるつもりはないんだ。
I won't do anything and I have no intention of harming you.
Wow, she is having, like, already she's having like 10 times more dialogue than in the entire Kokoro route. No, I don't want to go! No! I don't want to go! I don't want to go! Don't want to go? Where? Was he trying to rescue her? I wonder. Though I don't understand what she means, I have no choice but to respond to her.
心配すんな。どこにも連れて行ったりしないよ。
Don't worry, I won't take you anywhere.
俺はただ
Hi.
Was told by Utsumi-san to catch you. Yeah, right.
助けに来ただけなんだ。
I just came to help.
When I tell her that, her expression suddenly changes. Yeah, saying I came to capture you just sounds like really weird. You came to help? Deep inside her questioning eyes, a faint light comes forth.
そうだよ。俺は敵でも何でもない。
That's right, I'm not your enemy.
君の味方だ。君を守りたいんだ。
I'm your ally, I want to protect you.
だから
So,
Please, help me! She suddenly throws herself against my chest, crying out in sorrow.
huh?
I'm puzzled by this unexpected development. However, as it is, I have no reason to push her away. I hold her tightly in my arms. Damn, Satoru! You're a bit of a playa. I'm scared. I'm scared. If it keeps going, I could die. So, please. Help me. Help me. Help me.
大丈夫だよ。もう大丈夫だ。安心しろ。
It's alright. It's alright now, so calm down.
No. No. Don't leave me. Yeah, seriously, relaxed. Satoru harem is forming. Don't leave.
そんなことするもんか。
I won't.
ずっとそばにいてやるよ。
I'll be with you the whole time.
俺がお前を守ってやる。
Damn, Satoru, you say that to everybody.
I'm gonna protect you, to help you.
だからとにかく落ち着くんだ。
So at any rate, calm down, okay?
I'm scared. So scared. There's no way I could hold a proper conversation with her now. I firmly hold her in silence. Suddenly from over her head, I see someone approaching. It's Itsumi. She walks toward us slowly, her heavy footsteps resonating against the floor. Her right hand is holding something that gives off a metallic radiance. Something that looks like a gun. Uh-oh. Itsumi stands behind her. Please! Help me! She looks up at me with pleading eyes. Oh god, that must be so traumatizing. Immediately after she does, Utsumi places the gun's muzzle to the back of her neck. Holy fuckberries. And pulls the trigger. Without any hesitation and silence. The girl loses her strength. Slipping from my grasp, she collapses to the floor with a thud.
殺したのか
Did you just kill her?
Oh, come on, Satoru. You really think that's a silenced pistol? She probably just injected her with some sedative.
面白い冗談ね。
What a funny joke.
冗談
Joke.
さあ、いいからこの子を部屋まで運んでちょうだい。
There's probably, given that we're at like a mental facility, there's probably some tranquilizer guns around here everywhere. Now then, please carry her to her room. Utsumi replies plainly, paying no attention to my shock.
でも
But
この程度の分量じゃ死なないわよ。
it's hardly enough to kill her.
分量
Enough.
Utsumi sighs and throws the gun in her right hand to me.
鎮静剤よ。あなたに撃ったのと同じもの。
Sedative. The same one I hit you with. I stare fixedly at the object I've received. It definitely isn't capable of firing bullets. An emptied ampule is mounted on the back. I quickly understand that this injector is shaped like a gun.
じゃあ、頼んだわよ。
Well then, I'll leave it to you. Saying nothing more, Utsumi walks away. Damn, Satoru's getting a whole ass harem. I've got so much competition. Jeez. Uni and I, who are left behind, look down at the girl lying on the floor. Just to be sure, I put my ear next to her mouth. I mean, not Uni. Satoru has a whole ass harem. God. Not Uni. Jesus Christ. Just to be sure, I put my ear next to her mouth. I can hear the sound of regular breathing. As I kneel beside the girl, I turn my eyes to Uni. But as natural as a piece of lifeless rubber, Uni's face twists itself into a forced smile. Huh.
Yukido-kun, さっきはごめんなさいね。
I'm sorry about earlier, Yukido-kun. Utsumi and I are in the dining area, sitting at the table facing each other. Uni is here as well, sitting beside Utsumi. Placed in front of us are cups filled with warm beverages. Utsumi and I are having coffee and Uni is having milk tea.
さっきって犬伏恵子のことか
Earlier. You mean about Inabushi Keiko?
As soon as I ask, Utsumi nods and laughs. I can't see that it's a laughing matter. Inabushi Keiko is now asleep in her bed. Uni and I carried her back into her room. The three of us gathered here soon after.
ねえ、聞いてもいい？
Hey, can I ask something?
Uni enters the talk hesitantly.
どうしてサトルはあの女の子のことを犬伏恵子って呼ぶの？
Why does Satoru call that girl Inabushi Keiko?
彼女の名前は鈴影ほとりじゃないの？
Isn't her name Suzukage Hotori?
I'm at a loss as to how I should answer. As I search for the right words, Utsumi speaks.
その名前、ユニ君は誰から聞いたの？
That name. Uni-kun. Where did you hear it?
あの女の子。
From her.
あの女の子が自分から教えてくれたんだ。
She told me herself.
Yup, this is definitely the Uni from the plane.
そう。
Is that so?
いいユニ君。
Well, you see, Uni-kun.
あの子はね、乖離性同一性障害っていう病気にかかってるの。
She suffers from an illness called a dissociative identity disorder.
あの子の中には、 鈴影ほとりという名前のもう一人の自分がいるのよ。
Within her exists another, different self, named Suzukage Otori.
戸籍上の本名は犬伏恵子なんだけど、
And her real name, the one in the family register, is Inabushi Keiko. I see, so that's why. There's no longer any doubt as to why that girl has two different names. Come to think of it, I already knew that Inabushi had DID. After all, that's the main reason why she's confined in Sphere. There's no room for doubt in Itsumi's explanation.
まあ難しいこと言ってもわからないかもしれないわね。
Well, perhaps it's difficult for you to understand.
とにかく彼女は心を病んでしまっているのよ。
In any case, she's mentally ill.
ここにいるユキド君と同じように。
The same as Yukido-kun here.
Was it really just Utsumi and Keiko Hotori here for like a long time?
おいおい、勝手に病人扱いしないでくれよ。
Whoa, don't just go around declaring other people mentally ill.
I address her. Sure, my thoughts and memories seem incoherent. But that's if you're looking at it objectively. As for myself, I'm aware that I still have a normal and proper mindset. In other words, while it's true that I may have gotten involved in some sort of strange situation, that's likely due to external factors. I always carry out my thoughts, words, and actions on a basis of consistent logic. Well, yeah, that's totally you, Satoru. Damn. I can't. I would love to dissect him emotionally. God, that's a rather odd turn of phrase, but I'm trying to think of another way to put it. Jeez. Like, seriously, what drives someone to have this mindset? It's not like he's incapable of emotion, given that he was in a relationship with Mayuzumi for 2 years. There are no contradictions within me. If any were to be found and observed by others, then the cause would surely have come from outside.
じゃあお尋ねしますけど、
Well then, let me ask you.
Sumi sits up straighter before continuing.
ユキド君はどうしてさっき自分の名前が冬川心だなんて言ったんですか？
Yukido-kun, why did you call yourself Fuyukawa Kokoro earlier?
俺はそんなこと言ってない。
I never said that.
言ったじゃない。
Oh, but you did, didn't you?
ユニ君も聞いたでしょ？
Unikun heard it too, right?
うん。
Yeah,
だけど俺には身に覚えのないことなんだ。
But I don't remember saying anything like that.
記憶がないんだ。
I don't remember.
ほら、そのことが全てを表してるじゃない。
well, I think that says it all.
まあ、自覚がないのに受け入れてくれっていうのも無理な話かもしれないけど。
Anyway, if you really aren't aware of it, then forcing you to accept it immediately is unreasonable.
でもそうなのよ。そうとしか考えられないの。
But there would only be one possible explanation.
Oh, Blargle Snarf. Yeah, the Higurashi console arcs. It's, that, I don't know. I didn't exactly have the best time with the console arcs. I know that Miyatsukushi is supposed to be the best one. And, I just that, like, Umi Neko's extra stuff was finished ages ago, Fawful. Unless you're talking about the brand new things that were just from that were just released for the Switch version. I don't know, but anyway, the Higurashi console arcs was something that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, and I haven't yet decided when I'm going to continue that, because I do know that Miyotsukushi is supposed to kind of rectify my issues with them, in that it's supposed to be the very best console arc. No, that's I know that, Fawful. I'm just trying to say what, because I did say a long time ago I would continue them, but the I do want to know. I'm also hesitant in that there's a lot of other things that I would rather play instead of the console arcs, such as these games right here. But if there's ever a lull, like if I ever run out of games like that I really want to play, and there's nothing like immediately on the horizon, I will get back to Miyotsukushi. But there would only be one possible explanation.
あなたは DID 乖離性同一性障害
That you have DID, Dissociative Identity Disorder.
どうしてそんな風に断言できるんだよ。
How can you be so sure of that?
私は精神科の医師だからよ
Oh! She is a doctor. Because I'm a psychiatrist. Wow. Huh.
症状を見ればすぐにわかるわ
So she was the doctor after all. So why is she confused about the year? Now, I am absolutely going to play Tales of Arise when it releases. Luca, don't worry about that. I can tell straight away when I see the symptoms. Psychiatrist. Okay, I was wondering because she had that whole thing about her trauma and everything about her son. So she is the doctor. Well, I'm not convinced, but if she really is a psychiatrist, I can't argue back. I reflexively sink into silence.
でもなんでサトルはココロンの名前を名乗ったりしたのかな
But then why did Satoru call himself Kokoro? Utsumi replies to Uni.
それがユキド君にとって最も都合が良かったからよ
Because it was the most convenient for Yukido-kun.
精神の安定を図る上で冬川心という人格になり変わってしまうのが何よりも最適だと彼は判断したんだと思う
I have no idea what White Album 2 is. Or last. Is there a White Album 1? I have never heard of a game called that before. In an attempt to stabilize his mind, he judged that taking on the persona of Fuyukawa Kokoro was the most convenient measure. That's her answer to him. I keep my mouth shut and listen. Felt like they're talking about somebody else's problem. Even when they mention Yukido-kun, him, and so forth, feels like it has nothing to do with me.
ねえユキド君
Listen, Yukido-kun. Utsumi turns to me and speaks.
これからいくつか質問するから正確に答えてね
I'll ask you some questions now. Answer honestly, okay?
まずこの名前に聞き覚えはない
First of all, do any of these names sound familiar?
眉住凛とそれからよもみ誠治
Mayuzumi Lin and Yamoki Seiji. They. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna say yes.
ああ知ってる 知ってるよ。
Yeah, I know them.
I answer flustered.
リンの方は俺が前に付き合ってた彼女で、
Lynn, she went out with me some time ago, and
よもぎさんの方は内海さんの
How did he know that?
Himogi-san is Utsumi-san's,
I start speaking, but I stop mid-sentence. How could I have forgotten something so important up until now? Nogi Seiji and Utsumi Kali are married. We already know about this. After the approval of dual surname system with Law Revision 2008, Kali added a surname back to Utsumi, her maiden name. Wow, he is intimately familiar with these people. In other words, the man who appeared in my dream was none other than Utsumi's husband. However, why did Utsumi decide to ask about him now? And why Mayuzumi Lin, too? The fact that Utsumi knows about Yomogi Seiji is no surprise. But how'd she know about my ex-girlfriend Lin?
そう聞くまでもないことだったわね。
How did she know? Right. There wasn't any to ask.
あなたは二人のことを知っている。
You do know those two.
じゃあ次の質問。
Then, next question.
あなたは去年起きた赤倉岳の事故のこと覚えてる？
You remember the incident which occurred last year on Mount Akakura?
うん、それも覚えてるよ。
yeah, I remember that too.
She's probably referring to Flight HAL 18. And Uni should know what that means. At this point, Uni abruptly forces his way into the conversation.
ねえねえ、二人とも何の話してるの？
Hey, what are you two talking about? When Uni finishes speaking, Utsumi turns her head towards him. She stares at him as if she's viewing some kind of bizarre object.
変ね。
How strange.
え？何が変なの？
What's strange?
ああ、なんでもない。気にしないで。
What is up with you, Utsumi? You're acting way more sus. No. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
そんなこと言われても気になるよ。
Even if you tell me not to, I still can't help it.
いいからちょっとだけ黙ってて。
It's fine. Just stay quiet for a few minutes, dear.
今はお兄ちゃんと話をしてるから。
I'm talking with Oni-chan right now.
でも、
But
お願い。話なら後でちゃんと聞いてあげるから。
please, if you have something to say, I'll hear you out later. Okay? Uni pouts sulkily and shuts his mouth. He takes a sip of the milk tea instead. I turn my eyes back to Utsumi and continue.
で、結局内海さんは何が言いたいんだ？
And then, what were you trying to say?
わからないの？
Haven't you figured it out yet? Put it like that, I guess. HAL 18 incident. The ones who were on board that small passenger plane.
そうか。
I see.
よもぎ誠治、冬川心、眉住凛。この3人は去年の1月17日、赤倉岳の雪崩に巻き込まれて。
Himogi Seiji, Fuyukawa Kokoro, Mayuzumi Lin. On the 17th of January last year, 3 of them were caught in an avalanche on Mount Akakura.
そう。
Yes, that's right.
だから私は冬川さんや眉住さんのことを知ってるの。
That's why I know about Fuyukawa-san and Mayuzumi-san.
それからもちろんユニくんのことも。
And of course about Uni-kun too. Huh? Uni tilts his head in curiosity. How did Uni get here? Yet he's obediently staying quiet. Did Utsumi's warning work? But I can't stay quiet. As soon as the thought crosses my mind, the words came out automatically.
そうだ、そうだよ。
Yeah, that's right.
どうしてユニはこんなところにいるんだ？
Thank you, Satoru! Thank you!
Why is Uni here anyway?
He's the only survivor of the crash. Then 1 year has passed and I have no idea as to why or how he showed up in Sphere. Well, you know. Uni's tried to answer, but Utsumi stops him. What the fuck are you doing, Utsumi?
待って待ってよ、話をややこしくしないで。
Oh, wait. Don't make this any more complicated than it already is.
最初から私が全部説明してあげるから。
I'll try to explain everything from the beginning.
最初から
From the beginning.
僕のことも
About me too?
そう。全部って言ったら全部よ。
Yes, when I say everything, I mean everything.
私が知っていることは全部。
Everything that I know, at least.
だけど、その代わり条件があるわ。
But only under one condition.
条件って
A condition?
この話を二人に同時にすることはできないの。
I can't have this talk with both of you at the same time.
だから、一人ずつ私の部屋に来て。
Huh. So would you come into my room one at a time, please?
どうして
Why?
どうしてもよ。
Because
この条件を飲んでもらえない限り、私は何も話せないわ。
unless you accept this condition, I won't tell you anything. We don't have much of a choice if it's put that way. Uni and I nod quietly.
じゃあ、そうね。最初はユキドくんから。
Then, first up is Yukido-kun. With that proclamation, Utsumi stands up from her seat. She heads towards her room. Uni and I are still trying to regain our composure after this unexpected twist.
ユキドくん、聞きたくないの？
Yukido-kun, don't you want to hear? As urged, I hastily follow Utsumi. Just before I enter the room, I throw a glance over my shoulder. Uni sitting shyly on a chair in the dining area. At a loss of what to do, he stares back at me bewildered.
話を始める前に言っておきたいことがあるの。
Okay, you guys. I knew you're gonna hate me for doing this. But it's getting kinda late. I can't wait to hear the explanation. I so badly want to hear this explanation. You have no idea. Like, seriously, wow, we got a big jump all the way up to 42%. And we're probably not going to stop at 100% too, because we probably missed some random little scenes due to choices. But, oh my god. Yep, next time on Remember 11, we'll finally be getting our answers. Yeah, it was a longer stream because it really depends on how I'm feeling, honestly, at night. If I'm feeling more awake or more tired. Deciding to end it early. Oh my god, you guys. Plus, I kind of really want to start the stream off with something really exciting. So I can't wait for this on Tuesday. Y'all are gonna have to tune in next time. And of course, on Sunday, more Rose Gun days. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.